Today, I'm taking you on a driving tour of West Murrieta. Let's check it out. Hi, Jessica Genung here with the Genung team and Active Realty. Today, I'm taking you on a driving tour of West Murrieta. We're actually going to be doing 3 tours of Murrieta, starting today with West. Then another video is going to be Central Murrieta, the Triangle area, and then a separate video is going to be East Murrieta. We're going to be showing you neighborhoods, amenities, shops, restaurants, just what it's like to live here. We're also going to throw in some drone footage courtesy of our team member Scott, so be on the lookout for that. Let's get going. All right, so we are driving through the country roads here in La Cresta. This is a custom home community. Most homes are on 5 acres or more. It is quite pricey, so we're not going to spend a ton of time here, but it's normally in the $1 million range, even $2 million or more sometimes. So popular for people who like horses. There's a lot of equestrian properties and just beautiful, beautiful custom homes, as you can see as we're driving through here. We're also near to the Santa Rosa Plateau, which is a very popular place for hiking. It's miles and miles. It's part of the Cleveland National Forest. Very, very popular for hiking, and that is just right over the hill from here. So it's obviously beautiful out here. You have to want this large of a property and be okay with maintaining it. There's a couple things to note if you are considering buying one of these properties out here. A couple of the, we'll call it the cons. So the pros are obviously amazing custom homes, beautiful views, great country feel. And we're not that far from Murrieta grocery stores, shopping, restaurants. You feel like you're out in the country, but you're actually, 5-10 minutes from conveniences just down Clinton Keith Road. But to get into some of the pros, there is substantial fire risk out here. As you can see, it's very open and brushy. And there has been, even since I've been living in Murrieta, there's been at least a couple fires that have been near here, and they have threatened properties. I have not heard of any properties actually being lost to fires, but there is certainly fire risk out here. And because of that fire risk, that's the other con, is that the fire insurance is very expensive. Most carriers are not insuring this area, so a lot of people that are purchasing homes here are having to go through what's called the FAIR plan, which is through the state of California, and I have heard of insurance premiums could be even as much as like $10,000 or more, so it can be very pricey for fire insurance. Hopefully that will get better in the future, but that's been the situation as of late. So we are headed back down Clinton Keith Road, back into Murrieta. So we are just about to come upon my favorite community, actually in the whole valley. It's called Bear Creek. It's a guard-gated golf course community, and if I won the lottery, this is where I would choose to live. So it is guard-gated, so I'm not going to be able to get us in there. They have a mixture of condos, townhomes, single-family homes, but once you get on the other side of the golf course, that is where the custom homes are that are really, really beautiful. It has a ton of character, so highly recommend Bear Creek, especially if you've got a big budget. Okay, so the entrance to Bear Creek was if I was to go left, but we went right, and now we are going to go into Copper Canyon neighborhood, which is another very popular West Murrieta neighborhood. Great schools, elementary school, Cold Canyon has been a 9 out of 10 since I can remember. Very popular area. No HOA in here, but it looks like that there's an HOA. The residents, they maintain really well. So we're pulling into Copper Canyon, but if we were to continue straight on Clinton Keith, we're probably going to roll some drone footage that we got. Thank you, Scott, for getting us great drone footage. But there is a lot of great shopping and restaurants off of Clinton Keith that I would recommend. So there's The Hive, which is really casual food. There's Finch, is a really trendy, cute restaurant, and Angelo's is an Italian restaurant. Angelo's Brick Oven Pizza pizza, which I highly recommend. Really, really good Italian food. He's from Italy, and that's one of our favorite spots. So there is some particularly great restaurants, in my opinion, off of that Clinton Keith because of La Cresta that we just showed you, which is an expensive area. Bear Creek is an expensive area. Copper Canyon is a nice area. So I think all of these kind of nicer areas support some of the nicer restaurants off of Clinton Keith. You also have Barron's, which is a great grocery store. I compare it to like a Whole Foods, but less expensive. They have great salad bar, soup bar, that sort of thing. So lots of conveniences off of there. So now we're out of Copper Canyon and we're pulling into a community called Copper Creek, and this is a popular West Murrieta community as well. You have no HOA here. Prices are normally in the 7s and 800,000s. A lot of big homes. You have a lot of RV parking, a lot of pools. This is a really great family neighborhood, especially if you need a lot of bedrooms because you have big homes throughout here. All right, so we just turned the corner out of Copper Creek and we are heading into Murrieta Ranchos, which I have a video about Murrieta Ranchos, and Country Gate, which is the same community just on the other side of Washington. Very popular community. These houses are all single stories. They're all on a minimum 1/3 acre lot. Most of them all have all of these homes have 3-car garages, and most of them have RV parking as well. So these homes, they might look a little bit unassuming, but a lot of properties in this neighborhood have been selling in the $1 million range. So previously these were like 5, 6, 7, 800,000. Now we're seeing more 800, 900, and some topping $1 million. Beautiful community though, like I said, no HOA, but people maintain really well. Okay, we are driving by Murrieta Valley High School. Thompson Middle School is also right behind it. Murrieta Valley High School, it is the original Murrieta High School. When I was growing up, it was the only high school. Now there's 3 high schools in Murrieta. We just passed like Lennar new construction, and we're actually, those are townhomes here on Washington Street, and we're actually just coming up on another new construction community. It looks like it's also townhomes. Legacy Homes, I believe, is the builder, and they have not opened yet. That's not a builder that I have worked with that has been in this area before, so I know nothing about it yet, but I'm sure we'll get some info on that very shortly. The cool thing about this new townhome community is it's going to be walking distance to Old Town Murrieta, which we are almost to, which is going to have a lot of shops and restaurants, and we go down there all the time. There's a lot of fun stuff to do there. We're also going to pass on the right is going to be a driving range, a golf driving range, and we used to go there every once in a while, hit some balls, and actually that is where Ricky Fowler learned to golf. All right, so now we are entering downtown Murrieta, Old Town Murrieta, whatever you want to call it. I think the official name is downtown Murrieta. I still call it Old Town Murrieta. Great shops and restaurants. We just passed Public House. They have a great outdoor area. Anthony's is a delicious Italian food restaurant. The Scone Shop, highly recommend. The Mill, great place to take kids. You got the Coin Shop, the Coin and Gun Shop. Calhoun's barbecue restaurant, delicious, like hole-in-the-wall restaurant, but delicious barbecue food there. We get to-go food from there quite regularly. Definitely worth mentioning is it's every other Thursday lately. They have a street fair down here, and it's gotten quite large. Like there's several sections throughout the downtown area that they put up the booths, so you can buy food, and they make all sorts of things. There's all sorts of live music, a lot of stuff to do down here on those Thursday nights. So kind of the main restaurant areas are back where we just passed. Then there's like not a whole lot going on, and then we get back into some more things. So you have Sidelines, a sports bar. You have the gun shop, the Shootist. It's actually a very popular gun shop, which is what's kind of cool about Murrieta is it's not a small town. There's 115,000 people, but it still does have that small town country feel, no doubt. One thing that I want to mention that is kind of interesting about Murrieta, Old Town Murrieta here, and it just kind of is what it is. I call it a little bit hodgepodgey, like the residential areas that are surrounding this immediate downtown area is a little bit hodgepodgey. So it's, you know, it's some manufactured homes, some smaller homes, some of them look cute and nice, some of them have junk on them, so I call it kind of hodgepodgey. I think as like Temecula Old Town has grown and developed, I think that Murrieta's, I mean, we're seeing it already. A lot of new development is coming in here, but I think that it will kind of continue to go in that direction. We have Belch and Beaver is actually a brewery that just bought a spot, Joni's Cantina over here on the corner. So it's supposed to be, they're going to build a brand new building. It's going to have a rooftop bar. I'm kind of excited about that. We love a good brewery. Okay. This is the plot of land right behind me where the new Belch and Beaver is going. So right now it's Joni's Cantina, and I'm assuming they're going to demolish it because a brand new building is supposed to be there with the rooftop bar. So we're excited about that coming in. Okay, so we're back to the north side of town again, where there's especially a lot of shops and restaurants. So we're going by Wine Ranch here, which I believe is affiliated with Weens, the winery in Temecula, has a great atmosphere for outdoor seating. And then we're coming up on the public house that I mentioned as we came through here. But the public house is a great spot to grab a bite to eat or a drink. And I don't know, I'm kind of going by here fast, sorry, but there's a great outdoor patio area with fireplaces and just the indoor-outdoor bar. It's a really cool restaurant. Quick correction. I call it the public house because that's what it's called in Temecula. But actually I think the official Murrieta name, as has been pointed out by the owner to me, is Downtown Public. Not to be confused with the Temecula Public House. Okay, so we are over here now. We're getting closer to the freeway. This is Murrieta City Hall. Behind it, you have the public library, really great newer library similar to this building. There's also a park where they have community events, like they'll do concerts or movie night, that the city events. So we're at the backside. Also, I think there's a senior center over here. And this is the park that I was talking about. I think it's called Town Square Park, I want to say. But they actually just built out like kind of an amphitheater where they have the concerts and movie nights and other like the Easter egg hunts. They do that every year for the kids, non-COVID years. Also across from the police station is over here on the west side. And Murrieta is well known for having a really good police department, and there is a lot of community support for the police here. Okay, we're rolling by the Murrieta Library here. Also on the other side of the street is Murrieta Elementary School. So many elementary schools throughout Murrieta. So this is one of them. New pickleball courts. I think those are a new addition over here. We have a little bit of shortage of pickleball courts here on the west side, but we're hoping to get more so we don't have to drive as far when we want to go play. Okay, so we're turning onto Jefferson here. I have to point out my favorite car wash, Fast Five. That's brand new. We just got that one. I used to have to drive to the other side of Murrieta it's the self car wash, and I love it. Also another great restaurant in the shopping center, Chef's Grill. We go there very often. Delicious food, highly recommend that. We've got the police station on our right, and we're turning left on Juniper. We were on Jefferson, now we've moved up to Madison Avenue, and so I want to show you a few things up here. This is where all of our big box stores are, a lot of fast food restaurants, your chain restaurants, that sort of thing. We just passed Chick-fil-A. It's probably the busiest Chick-fil-A in the whole country. I'm kind of joking, but that thing is slammed all the time. Also on my left is Mulligan's Family Fun Center, which is a great place to take the kids. You've got the miniature golf, the arcade, go-karts, that sort of thing. We're crossing over Los Alamos, and we are going to be going by several other big box stores in just a minute. Continuing down Madison Avenue, more big box stores. We just got that new Sportsman. That's like a sporting goods shop. We got Best Buy here. We're coming up upon Home Depot as well. Ashley Furniture is on the right, and Walmart is down at the end. And right across Walmart is our new Toast restaurant, which I highly recommend. That's a great brunch, breakfast and lunch spot. Brunch, drinks, delicious food there, and it just opened. We're going back down the other direction on Madison Avenue. We're passing the Madison apartments. I have a video about that if you want to check it out. There's several apartment communities that are nice around here in Murrieta. So also coming up is Panera on the left, and it's a drive-through. I go there way too often. And then you have Lowe's and Kohl's and other fast food restaurants. Ooh, also on the right, Black Bear Diner. That is, we have discovered a very kid-friendly place. If you have young kids that are a little bit unruly for nice restaurants, I recommend Black Bear Diner. Their food is actually great, reasonable, and kid-friendly. All right, so from Madison Avenue, we just hopped onto Cal Oaks and got onto the freeway. So that's one other popular thing about West Murrieta, is that it has good access to the 15 freeway. This location is very popular for people commuting to LA and Orange County, because you are going to have a jump being on this side, and the further north you are, you will be closer. Now I'm off to pick up my son from preschool, so we're going to wrap it now. Hope that this tour, which we kind of threw together and was kind of quick, gave you a good enough idea about what it's like to live on the west side of Murrieta. See you next week. Bye.